Hi, Leo. Welcome to my channel, Milk and Honey Tarot Therapy. If you've been with me all these years, thank you for continuing to watch and like and share and comment. And if you're new to my channel, I am an intuitive therapist. I do the tarot one-on-one. I do sessions if you're interested. But I also am a trained intuitive therapist, an executive coach, and do a lot of one-on-one for those people who want to go a little bit deeper than just the tarot. And this, you can reach me. My information's below. I love working with people one on one. So that's enough of that. Let's go on to the September. This is September for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Watch all your videos. Some will resonate with you more than others. So, check them all out and comment and let me know what resonated with you. So let's get started. September, August was a big month astrologically. If you watch that, it's the North and South nodes change sign, the eclipses. I am recording this at the tail end of August, and we're having the big lunar eclipse in Pisces. I mean, just big energy that will continue over the next 6 months. Eclipses have lots of things they're doing to eclipse things out of our lives that isn't serving us, that doesn't belong anymore. And the North and South node changing signs, leaving comfort zones and familiar things and things that just come easy to us versus stepping out in new directions and things that are in our life purpose that might be pushing us against our comfort zone. So, let's look at how that's going to affect you this month and how some of these things might be showing up for you. And I use different decks, or of course the traditional deck and then some oracle decks. So first, what I'm seeing here for some of you is the Eight of Swords. You've been blocked. You've not been able to move forward. The good news with this is that this is coming to an end and you have the ability. 8 is a number, it's that an 8 card. Progress and rewards are coming. You just can't see them. You can't feel them yet. Maybe you've been putting things out there, whether it's, resumes or applying for jobs or things, or in a relationship where you weren't moving forward. This is a general reading, so take it how it applies to your life, be it love, career, money, a relationship, things like that. And you've been blocked. You've been blocked, and you felt like you've just, been on the bench is kind of the message, that I'm hearing. You feel like you've been benched. Maybe some of you were laid off. Maybe you had a business opportunity that didn't work out. And now we've got this Four of Swords. And this is the knight who's been out working, doing his mission, and now he needs to rest. And so some of the beneficial parts of this card, first of all, 4 is a number of stability, a foundation. This pause, this blockage is things aren't happening to us, they're happening for us. Maybe the reason you didn't get that job or didn't get that thing work out was because something better was coming. And it's, helpful when we can get in that position of rest versus anxiety and stressing and frantically taking action that isn't working for us. So I get that if you're on that path where things haven't worked out, there's just a certain amount of patience. You may have felt in limbo. Here we go, the Hangman. But this Hangman is around a major life event. I'm getting it's major arcana, big decisions, but you're in limbo. Now this Hangman is smiling even though he's hanging in limbo, and he's got this light halo around his head where he's actually getting inspiration, or he's feeling inspired. Maybe you're waiting for some inspiration for the next step to take. But it's gonna move forward for you. You've got cards in here that are kind of showing up, and we've got next the 6 of Wands. 6 is harmony and peace. And this is a card about victory after a battle. We're also getting the Ace of Swords, new beginnings after a difficult time. Both of these cards represent after a difficulty, a challenge. There's something coming in that's new. All the aces are gifts, and there's something to celebrate. This card can indicate getting a message. Wands are communication. You might be finally getting that offer, finally getting that email, finally getting the relationship moving forward that wasn't moving forward. And for some of you, I definitely get this is related to work and jobs. Um, we've got this Page of Pentacles, and Pentacles represent money, tangible things, real estate money. Maybe you've been blocked on, some of you, a house. You've been trying to make an offer on a house or waiting for an offer on a house, and it's finally coming in. The pages, all the court cards are always tricky in the tarot. It certainly can represent a person, a younger person who is an earth sign, but more often, especially in a general reading, I see pages as sort of pivotal shifts. It's like turning a page, if you will, no pun intended, but or maybe I should say pun intended. It's turning a page and having to do with something that's going to affect your finances, your living situation, um, and an offer of something that maybe just a new idea, because swords, this Ace of Swords, swords rule your thoughts, your plans, your logic, it's air. And so you might all of a sudden get an inspired new sense of direction of an action to take, and it's going to propel you forward. You're going to get out of this and this energy, and even the Four of Swords, and into this Chariot card. This is also about moving forward, finally making progress, big move forward. And it could be a new house, literally moving. Maybe some of you are moving to a new city, a new house, a new country, even. Um, and there's a lot of protection in this new movement. This Chariot, this Knight is moving forward with this canopy of the stars. It's a very safe movement forward that's protected and guarded. And what's it coming in through? Well, it's coming in with a lot of higher guidance or higher, energy. We've got divinity, higher power, and I get maybe the card, the Knight of Swords is saying to you, take a pause. If things haven't been working, if you're feeling stuck, take a pause, release, that whole perspective of don't be too attached to the outcome. It's fine to want a goal, but when we get overly attached, then we actually do block it. So this higher power, this divinity is all about, and even this card coming out, take a nap. This means sort of take a rest. Don't be so anxious and fret and, kind of like release it so that God and the universe can move and work on your behalf behind the scenes. Get out of the negative feelings. Here, this is cards coming out. Remain positive. Stay positive. Let go of fear. It's very easy when things aren't working, or we're getting no's on things and feeling blocked, to get into fear, to have FUD, if you will, fear and doubt, uncertainty. But stay positive, but also stay releasing it, so that what can come forward is for your highest good. It's like you're making room for it. When we're trying to control outcomes and worrying about outcomes, we're not making room for what God really does want to bring. And it's going to come through, this new life. It's trying to reach you. It's trying to work its way into your life with divine timing. I do get there's a timing element that you're just going to have to trust. And when it does come, it's going to have this longevity, go the distance. If it's a relationship that starts to move forward, it's going to be a long-term relationship. If it's a new job, a new career path, it's going to be so much more in line with you and your purpose, your plan, your goals, your dreams. Um, and it's going to have that ability to, you're going to want to stick with it. And I get that energy too from this Chariot card. It's something solid. It's something that you can trust. Timing wise, timing is always tricky in spiritual work, psychic work, tarot work. But one angel card that came out is within a few weeks. So some of you, you might be getting communication, movement, as we go into September and through September to the end. Just kind of things are going to start to open up. There's going to be some movement and some breakthroughs, and you're starting to hear, messages. This is about messages, something that's very good news. You're going to be excited. You're going to want to celebrate. You may be getting recognition. I mean, you finally getting that job that you've been hoping for. Um, and you can just trust the process. This other card, what can you do in the meantime? Healer, maybe this is the Eye of Horus. Do some healing work, whether it's your own practices of healing. That I work with a lot of people, helping them get unstuck or work through challenges to manifest really their highest and best from spirit, and to let go of the things or work through the obstacles. And I love doing that. So if that would help you to go a little bit deeper into some of that, then, my information is below. I'd love to hear from you. And, I really think the cards are telling the story for you this month, that if you can rest and be a little bit more patient, and I do get you've waited a long time. This ace that's coming in for you does always indicate, especially the swords, the ace of swords, it's victory after struggle, after challenges, after disappointments, after things didn't work out, and then they finally open up for you. Um, and for some of you, I think the timing is going to be within the next few weeks. It's just that may not be your entire experience, but there is new beginnings and a fresh start. This is coming out too. New beginnings, fresh starts. Um, yeah, Leo. So hopefully that resonated with some of you. And again, if it didn't, you can watch all your other, if this is your sun sign, watch your moon and rising signs, and um, comment below and let me know how that works out. And thank you again for liking, sharing, subscribing if you're new to my channel. And I'll see you next time.